Did your parents have a favorite child? When my identical twin sister culled 3 people driving under the influence, my parents made me confess to the crime and serve her prison sentence because she'd gotten into Harvard pre-med and I was just going to community college anyway. Vivian had always been the chosen one. Same face, same DNA, but she got the brains and I got the leftovers. While she collected academic trophies and perfect SAT scores, I struggled through remedial math and barely scraped by with C's. Our parents never hid their preference, but I loved my sister anyway. She'd sneak into my room after particularly brutal parent-teacher conferences and paint my nails while insisting I was smart in ways that didn't show up on tests. But Vivian had a wild streak I could never tame. When we were 17, Vivian got accepted early to Harvard, and our parents threw her a massive party. I watched from the kitchen as she did shots with her pre-med friends, our parents laughing and toasting their golden child's future. They didn't notice when she grabbed the keys to Dad's BMW. They didn't see her stumble to the car with her best friend Naomi. I ran after her, tried to wrestle the keys away, but she shoved me so hard and I hit the pavement. I was shocked. Give me one night without having to take care of you, she slurred. Let me just have fun. I was still on the ground when I heard the crash 6 blocks away. Metal crushing metal and a scream I still hear in my nightmares. By the time I got there, Vivian was standing next to the destroyed BMW, swaying and crying. There were bodies on the asphalt, a couple walking their dog and Naomi through the windshield. All of them were lifeless. Vivian saw me and collapsed, sobbing that she was the stupidest person alive and her life was over. Our parents arrived before the police, and that's when everything went from bad to worse. You were driving, Mom hissed in my ear. I tried to pull away, but she dug her nails in. Vivian has Harvard. She has a future. She's going to cure cancer. What do you have? Community college? A retail job? Dad was already coaching Vivian on what to say. The police arrived to find me in the driver's seat where Mom had shoved me. Vivian told them through sobs that I'd been devastated about her Harvard acceptance. She said she wanted to die, Vivian whispered to the officer. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She didn't care who she took with her. Our parents backed up every word while I sat in handcuffs, too shocked to speak. The trial was swift. Who would believe the struggling twin over the Harvard-bound star student with 2 grieving parents supporting her story? My court-appointed lawyer suggested I take a plea deal. Vehicular manslaughter, 15 years with possibility of parole in 10. Vivian visited me once before sentencing, sobbing about how sorry she was. I'll write to you, she promised. I'll visit every week. I'll become a doctor, and then I'll use every dollar to get you the best lawyer in the world. I'll make this right. But I couldn't even speak to her. I'd spent 16 years in her shadow, believing that I was the only thing she loved more than her success. But now all I saw when I looked at her was a reckless color who was taking the coward's way out, even though it meant destroying my life. All I could do was hope that when she was a doctor, she'd save more lives than she'd taken. Vivian hugged me and left for Harvard the next day. She never wrote, she never visited. I found out from another inmate's smuggled phone that she'd given a TED talk about losing her twin sister to prison, how it inspired her to go into trauma medicine. I rotted in prison, alone, and rapidly losing hope that I'd ever have a life again. But 5 years into my sentence, guard pulled me from my cell for my first visit in years. It was Naomi's sister Lainey. I know you weren't driving, she said quietly. I've always known. It turned out Naomi had been video calling Lainey from the car that night, and you could see the driver behind the wheel, drunk and singing. Since Vivian and I are identical, the video wouldn't mean anything to strangers on a jury. But then she showed me the end of the video, and my heart stopped. Right before the crash, Naomi had tried to grab the wheel and she'd screamed, Viv, no! There it was, the proof that it was Vivian driving and not me. Lainey had been 13 when it happened, too young and traumatized to process what the video meant. She'd kept it hidden for 5 years, unable to watch it until now. I can't bring Naomi back, she said, but I can get you out. Lainey promised to go to the media and lawyers and get me free, and for the first time in years, I had hope. But the next day, I got visitors that shocked me even more, my family. Seeing Vivian's face again, glowing like I would have been without years of prison behind me, made me want to throw up. I stared at the family who destroyed my life without a second thought. Where's Lainey? I asked. Mom smiled. She's realized the video was just her traumatized mind playing tricks. She's getting treatment at a very nice facility upstate. Indefinite stay. My last hope was locked away somewhere, probably drugged into doubting her own memory. Their lawyer pushed a pen toward me. Sign that you've been coercing witnesses from prison, or we'll make sure you spend your life here. I had no choice but to sign, but as I did, Vivian smiled. Also, we've changed our minds about minimum security. You're clearly dangerous, orchestrating schemes from prison. We'll be recommending you serve the full 15 at a supermax facility. No parole. I just signed away my last chance at freedom and given them legal ammunition to bury me deeper. 10 more years, no possibility of early release, no way to contact anyone who might help. I had no hope left at all. Full story on the channel below.